Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Tyloo and SC Absolute map number 2. And Inferno is our choice of Tyloo. They're up 1-0. 16-13 was the result on Mirage if you did miss that one. Quite close affair. Now SC Absolute need to do something that they haven't been able to do on Inferno, and that is find a win. They are winless in the last 3 months on this map, and so far making a pretty good start into the B-bomb site. Losing only one player and trading it out, so that's pretty good. Somebody being quite aggressive, looking for these aim duels. Doesn't manage to have too much success and will drop there to Crow. And leaves it on to Didi and Mo to try and clutch this one out now for Tyloo. Now just Mo. Luckily, he's got a kill. Unluckily, he doesn't have any teammates and he's dead.
Yeah, look, Jordan, the thing you forgot to mention is, you know, they might have lost 5 from 5 in the last 3 months, but that's plenty of mistakes to be made, which means plenty of lessons to be learned. And eventually, at some point, you throw enough at a wall, something's bound to stick.
Yeah, right. They're bound for, or they're due for a win. So it's bound to happen eventually. Against Tyloo, maybe. We shall see. Started off just the way that they need to with that pistol round, but they want to make sure that they don't get reset here. Some utility being thrown in from SC Absolute to keep Tyloo a little busy as they progress on forward, but no messing around for SC Absolute in this one as they push their way into the A-bomb site. DD will get just the one with the CZ before he does go down.
It's a very strange anti-eco.
It is, but at least they're working together.
From SC.
Could say it's working. Inset with the Deagle can't have the impact.
I don't think SC stopped moving. I felt like they were the one with the pistols there.
Yeah, they were being quite mobile indeed, running around the map. I know what you mean. It was just like a run and gun style, AD, 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 W. A lot of W's in there, probably. But SC Absolute, they do negotiate the anti-force buy fairly well, losing only the 2 guns. Not too much of a reinvestment required from them. They'll go straight into the Mac 10s as well. Try and build up that money early on before Tyloo really has any opportunity for a response. DD, look at the headshot. Mo can't follow up though. A lot of damage done, but no kills just yet. Execute position is pretty good here, making some noise. Again, some damage, but still no kill.
This is so bizarre. Only 2 USPs left, so doubt there's a whole lot that they can get done. Especially when you get smoked off in library. Laz looking to make some money, cops his bell rung many times. Ventet one way is in the back of the smoke. Oh my lord.
Well, this is what happens when you've got some low HP players. Like, it's obviously not going to make a difference as far as the result of the round is concerned, but that is an expensive round for SC Absolute. Tyloo didn't put any money into that at all, and 3 kills come from it. That's a little bit disappointing for SC Absolute. They got a little bit lax toward the end of that round. They could have come through with 5 guns. Sure, they might have upgraded the 2 Mac 10s.
Somebody might even be able to scavenge something. Yeah, he actually picks up a Khalil there. It's blown away by the bomb. He's going to hold on to that. That makes a difference.
Extra it straight onto the AWP. Does have enough money for the armor as well. So that is good news. But this Khalil is really going to bolster the utility buy for Tyloo. Mo's got a bit of extra cash. Should things go a little awry here for Tyloo later on down the track. So that's a small win.
Looks like Tyloo's going to take control of Banana here because they have somebody opted to get the utility as well as the UMP. Smoke gets put out by SC Absolute, and the grenade's going to do a lot of damage here to the T's.
That is a huge amount of damage, but it doesn't matter if there isn't any follow-up. Ben Ted will get one, and somebody another. So the follow-up is there for Tyloo. Very nice stuff. It's just a blanket of Molotovs, and then the artillery strike in all parts of Banana there. It wasn't necessarily like a targeted grenade stack.
Somebody's in front of the smoke here, Jordan. Oh my lord, how does he get away with that? That is ridiculous.
It's somebody.
He's a special man.
4 versus 2 already. And still a minute to go in this round. Laz, unfortunately for SC Absolute, hasn't had any openings with the AWP.
Hard to really find any on a map like Inferno, especially in the earlier portions of the round. You're usually just going to get Molotovs off or smoked off. The CTs don't usually have a whole lot of reason to be peeking the angles that you could be holding from the T-stairs area. So you generally have to wait until the later portions of the round to be able to make your impact. Somebody just trying to buy a little bit more time for a rotation to come in. Is Execute with the AWP coming in, but DD's pushed down mid. He gets one. He doesn't even need to re-peek Laz. Laz is going to pick him up, but he's going to run up mid straight into Captain Mo. Does smoke him off though, so he gives himself an opportunity to get the bomb down, but all Mo needs to do is really just run after him and stop that bomb from ever going down. Never gets to that point, as he does pick him up with the Galil.
Double AWP.
Grab a double AWP.
And an AK upgraded there for somebody as well. So
From
you
the
really couldn't ask for much more out of that round if you're Tyloo.
Definitely not, and that damage done by the USPs earlier is going to make the buy very difficult for two of the members on Scars. They're going to have to settle with a pistol or something of the like.
Yeah, CZ and Armor will probably be the go. Perhaps taking a moment to discuss what they want to go for. Actually, it's a Mac 10 for Bass.
I like that.
Yeah. A couple of players with no armor, or no head armor, I should say. That's somebody in Execute. If you can overwhelm them. Exactly. It's a big if.
Even if they did have head armor, once you're that close to an AWP to the point where you can win a duel with the Mac 10, you should be pretty set. Problem is getting to that point. Blanket of mollies on T-stairs and Banana stops Scars from doing too much of anything in the earlier portion of this round. They're going to make their way up middle. There's even a Molotov expended in apartments, so Tyloo doesn't want them getting any map control.
Must have been the Mac 10.
I just don't even. How does he even get that done? Doesn't even matter though. Execute gets a lot more done because he actually gets a kill.
Certainly, kills are better than the damage. Utility being expended here on both sides. The grenade does a bit of damage to Mo, but he will respond in kind. Actually, his own does not really do a whole lot at all, actually. Still able to get a shot through the smoke, finding Rita. And SC Absolute really slow things down now. They've been put in a precarious position. The flashbang is good for Mo. He'll get one. Trade is nice from DD, but then so it is from Bass as well. And he puts it into a 1v2. Unfortunately for poor old Bass, though, he is the player stuck with the Mac 10. Can get the M4, which is a significant upgrade. Needs to go for a reload. Has some time to work with here.
Surprised he hasn't used his flash towards this dig position. Spotted somebody jumping, but I'm not sure if he's ready for Ben 10 in the same position, and he is not. There goes the money reset for Scars. Probably only a single eco and a fair bit of damage done to Tyloo. But I don't know, Jordan, it feels like they're playing like they just don't have a whole lot of depth on the T side so far. They're kind of just running around the map in a pack.
Yeah, there is probably a reason why they haven't won this map in a long time. I hate to keep harping on about it, but the facts are there.
There's a trade onto DD, which is going to net the T's a... What is Tackage doing?
Running down mid.
Just bunny hopped up mid.
Sometimes once you hit that bunny hop, you just got to keep going.
I don't think even you believe that, Jordan. It's pretty late, so
sometimes I just say things to see how far I can push it with you. Whoa, jeez, my knees.
I'm not sure what Execute's doing there, but, you know, that's a nice spray down for somebody. Double headshot, picks up the AWP.
Be happy with that.
So Tyloo left with one less AWP than they had in the last round. It's going to be another buy out from Scars. Full utility out from Tyloo, the same thing. Molotov over towards the T-steps. 2 Molotovs into Banana as well as a smoke to the bottom. These HE nades are absolutely wreaking havoc. And once again, Scars just holding W up mid.
Yeah.
Tyloo's going to expend the counter flashes and give them bracket, fall back into some kind of a sight crossfire. Somebody's made his way down Banana, sees the peek coming out from Crow, punishes it, smoke goes out. they're trying to trade him out, but running through smokes is not very good.
Here's another stat for you, Billy. In their entire history as a roster, SC Absolute, I'm talking since inception, at least since recorded time on HLTV, Inferno is their worst map. 27.8% win rate.
How long have they been a team?
A while.
How many maps is there no way that they can play? How many is it? How many of their
like
maps can they just never win on?
Inferno, Train, Overpass.
What about Nuke?
Nuke. They're not that great on Nuke.
How, if you're a team for so
least
many
right now.
months, how do you not just start working on your map pool? Like, you just can't keep playing like 3 maps.
You look at their map pool, and really at the moment, it's kind of like Mirage and Cache.
Yep.
And then past that,
Dust 2, they got an upset on against the pretty good teams, but I don't know.
but it's Dust 2, and they haven't played a lot of it.
Right.
So it's still, you can't really say it's in their map pool yet. It probably is. But their map pool is very, very weak.
Look, if you can't play Inferno, Nuke, and Train, and Overpass, like, come on, boys. At some point, you got to be like, maybe one of these 4 of 7 maps we should probably learn to play.
Early days, though.
Indeed.
Maybe Inferno is now in their map pool, and we're about to find out why.
Yeah, look, doesn't look like it so far.
It's not getting any better, is it? As we watch more and more rounds play out. That one couldn't have gone worse, actually.
I think, I have to say, though, Jordan, they have their strategy down.
Yes.
They are very, very set on this.
Only a fool makes the same mistake twice.
Maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe everything is going right as planned.
Not sure about that one.
Molly close, Molly all off, smoke down the bottom. Take notes, kids. This is how you take banana.
On the CT side, not on the T side. DD easily wins the aim battle.
That's the 3rd time now I've seen Tack Edge.
But this time he had the bomb.
Spam jump. Up mid.
Look at what Tyloo is doing right now. They're continually pushing down banana and coming up behind SC Absolute. And SC is not even leaving someone in T stairs to kind of deal with that, or at least have some sort of semblance of control. This is looking way too easy for Tyloo.
Yeah, well,
we're only 9 rounds in.
I hate to use the T word, Jordan, but that's what it looks like.
Torture?
It's going for a different one. Maybe I should try some synonyms. Pass is one of them. Like you're passing a ball or an object.
Okay. Yeah. Toss.
Toss, that's one other synonym. And also, they're tossing this one away. I'll give that to them.
Back onto the pistols for SC Absolute. Grenade's going to do some nice damage.
I'll put it to you this way, Jordan. At this point, I'd rather have my couple apples rather than my $80.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Package does have the AK that was
I feel like every time I've looked at Tack Edge, he has not let go of spacebar or scroll wheel, depending on what you use.
I'm sure at this point he's using scroll wheel, just judging by how his bunny hops have been going.
He's just jumping everywhere.
Question: are you a spacebar or a scroll wheel?
I use both technically, but I mostly only use scroll.
So, I've never been a scroll wheel person, because I just can't make it work in my brain. Meanwhile, by the way, SC Absolute going to take the B bomb side. But are they going to be able to get the bomb down? We'll talk about this in a second, what I was about to talk about. So I want to see how this round actually does play out. Bentet wins a pretty important aim battle, actually. That sort of splits these Ts. Oh, nice Molotov. But
Nice headshot.
Crow just doesn't see Bentet through the fire.
It's actually a setting for that, Jordan.
Yes, indeed.
Effect detail.
Fast needs a headshot here, but he won't get it. So, back onto my discussion, the scroll wheel versus spacebar.
Anything but talk about the game, Jordan. What is it?
I feel as though if I had a scroll wheel, you know, if I was doing scroll wheel for bunny hopping, I would probably still use spacebar to kind of just jump normally.
Yeah, sometimes I do that, but it's mostly only when I don't know, when I'm like jump spotting something. Sometimes I'll use spacebar if I'm feeling a bit lazy.
Hmm.
But for the most part, oh, it's usually when I have like a Molotov out or something and I'm checking an angle. But even then I scroll wheel a lot. I just barely ever use the spacebar, but it's technically bound to jump for me.
There you go. Wonder what everyone else does.
I think 90% of people use scroll wheel.
Just scroll wheel. They don't use spacebar at all.
Some people probably use spacebar as well sometimes. But it's like 1 in every 100 or something.
Oh, well, just something interesting to talk about. Info there for Bentet. Actually gets around the corner. I'm surprised that he was able to get away like that. Somebody, however.
Wow, Takage, he's not jumping for once and he gets a kill. I'm seeing pretty big statistic occurring here, Jordan.
Yeah, Bentet in a one-done spot, but he'll get 2 and a 3rd. Never worry. Bentet is here. He's holding down the B-bomb site. B for Bentet.
Yep, Jordan, the B for Bentet, completely agree.
Nicely done from X here as well. 8 and 3 for Tyloo.
Pretty easy to shoot terrorists running through a smoke.
Hmm.
One would almost say maybe they shouldn't have run through the smoke.
I would never dare suggest what a pro player should do.
Oh, we're getting pretty loose on the word pro here.
Whoa. Rhymes with crow.
It's true.
And this is the confidence now that you can see starting to come out from Tyloo. When an AWPer starts to peak second mid like that, you know that they are dictating the game. We saw it, for example, from Nifty against Mouse Sports at IEM Sydney. How many times he peaked that angle and managed to find success from it. Now Execute is having a go. Has to back off as a result of that flashbang. SC Absolute just working a little bit better this time. You can see some of the utility going to work, some of the teamwork, some of the strategy perhaps coming into effect. But is it going to actually result in a round win? Or Take is just going to continue jumping and Execute?
Mid.
Wow.
That's a key part of their strategy, Jordan. It's all coming together.
I'm not sure why he keeps jumping. It's like he's got ants in his pants trying to, you know, like, get away from them. But you can't.
Okay, the T's are going to be making their way through jungle here. Going to try and wrap around the A-bomb site because I imagine they probably don't have time to go through CT here. But the problem is that Captain Mo's in the pit. And he is the captain of this ship, and he will steer Tyloo straight into a victory, it seems.
Nope.
Never mind, they have decided to go to B with very little time.
Do you have a smoke?
Now they're starting to go to B very quickly.
Come on.
Okay.
Needs to hit a nice shot. Well, they'll get the bomb down here, Laz. Hasn't picked up the smoke that was dropped.
These Tyloo players are pretty separated. This is where you see whether Bentet's got any respect or not. Because if he has no respect at this point, he holds W straight into the bomb site and 1Bs him. But he's showing some respect.
Yep. Flashbangs do come across. Bentet easily.
That was actually a misthrown new box molly that worked perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Accidentally perfect. Captain Mo doing his best Takage impression.
Just so that Bentet can go and grab the AWP, which he has secured. 17 and 5 for Bentet on this map so far. Pretty nice stuff. This shot from Execute, the second one, like...
Here we are, going into another round of Counter-Strike. The terrorists.
So matter of fact.
The terrorists will be going towards the B-bomb site. Counter-terrorists will be throwing grenades. The terrorists will be running through their grenades. That's a 1-for-1.
The terrorists will be dying.
The terrorists will be dying, as is normally the case when you run through the grenades.
And the counter-terrorists were very happy.
I don't know if they were very happy. I'd say the minute that Tyloo entered the lower bracket, they ceased being very happy.
Probably. There is still a way for Tyloo to climb out of this lower bracket and They're pretty much displaying it right now.
Ah, yes. Lads heading through the T apartments while his teammate goes towards B.
Just cutting off the rotate.
Who's going to rotate through G apartments, Jordan? Please tell me.
No, I meant the guy on B, but us. Why are you laughing at me?
He's cutting off to rotate my crab walking in. And he's just walked all the way around the map and found himself behind the terrorist. And there's a round of Counter-Strike for you. Enough money to buy AKs and armor. You only get crappy armor if you're Laz though. But they will just CZ armor. How many B-hops will Tack Edge hit this round? Find out next time. Or this time, rather.
On the ESL Pro League, trying to close qualifier.
What's so closed about it?
Well, it's only available to certain teams, you see.
Oh.
It's not open. Therefore, it is closed.
Closed almost like implies that it's not able to play and it's closed for business.
Whoa.
Tell you what is closed for business, Jordan. I was about to say apartments, but then he whiffed the next
this
10
nade.
bullets of his USP.
Boom!
Alright. One more round to go in this half.
Been a quick one.
Let's see if the T's save their best strategy for last. What do you bring out at this point if you're Scars, Jordan? What do you reckon?
And execute on B.
Okay. How do they get up banana?
They wait for Tyloo to push down banana.
Okay, Takish double headshots him.
What?
You were wrong, Jordan.
I was wrong.
The play was to double headshot them in middle.
Yep, my mistake. Tyloo will probably still find a way to win this round.
100%.
Not if
The
Execute
Indonesians
dies.
are alive. Oh,
Bentet
Bentet's still
1v4.
alive. It's possible.
I believe.
He has a mouse and a keyboard, so it's possible.
21 and 6.
Okay, that's going to make things difficult.
Oh, dear.
Didn't even get through the smoke.
SC Absolute will be thinking, why couldn't every round go like that?
I got a pretty simple answer for you, Jordan.
Yep.
They
Fire it at me.
were jumping up mid every round. Or running through the Molotovs at banana.
Nonetheless, 11-4, the result in the first half. SC Absolute, not a whole lot to write home about there. Somebody in Bentet, the standouts on the CT side for Tyloo.
I mean, there is something to write home about.
Yep.
They might be contributing to one of the most consistent streaks in Counter-Strike.
0 and 6.
How far can we push this? Ooh, me and Rita have got the same knife. We homies now.
I don't like that knife.
Why you got to do me like that, Jordan?
That is an ugly knife.
What's wrong with old Rusty?
It's not a butterfly, for a start.
That's true. I do kind of want a butterfly.
And it's not pretty.
But I'm a Karambit boy for life.
Alright. I was a default knife boy, because I don't put money into pixels. SC Absolute need this pistol round, and they are not getting it. This is a pretty important aim battle for Crow, and he'll actually win it. Exurid and Mo. Ooh,
Why are you
Crow.
sounding so surprised?
Oh, Crow.
My boy Crow's got this on lockdown. That's a 4K.
That was a 4K.
I can count.
Oh, jeez. How did that happen?
He moves his mouse onto the heads, and he was mouse one-ing, clicking away. Tap a tap. He missed the first two. The first two were the best ones.
Can't have everything you want.
Now it's the Absolute doing their best impression of what Tyloo did on their CT side. Molotovs out onto banana and bottom of mid. And Tyloo just wait for all the Molotovs to be gone. And then continue with their day. That's all Scars needed to do. Just wait 10 seconds. Kids these days are just so impatient, Jordan. They just want the banana right now. They're not willing to wait for it. There's already 4 CTs on A. Because Scars have got control of B and Banana.
Tyloo just biding their time. Definitely would not be surprising to see Tyloo make this kind of a buy work. They can overwhelm Laz.
How does he not get one there?
Just the mobility.
Pretty difficult spot.
Well, Excurate, if he just sits here, might get tackage, and he will. Great shot out of the Deagle. This is not going well at all for SC Absolute. It is falling apart. One by one, they're dropping. Another one down. Just Crow left with the M4 against 3 Tyloo players. He knows that somebody is close by in that cutout, but the double peek, might have even been the triple peek had that lasted any longer from Tyloo, will reign supreme. 12 and 5. Instant reset to the economy for SC.
Yep, they're pretty much going to have to force into this one because a double save puts Tyloo up to 14. They will indeed force, except for Laz, who he's a hopeful boy. He wants to hold on to his $1,200 for a future AWP, if we ever get to that point. Couple smokes and HE nades will stall out the terrorists for a little bit longer, but I don't imagine that's necessarily going to concern Tyloo very much. They'll probably just wait for them to go. Bas hasn't quite used his smoke at B yet, as he hasn't really needed to. Crow hasn't used his smoke on balcony yet, as he hasn't really needed to. Bas drops his smoke on B, but Tyloo's looking like they're setting up for a bit of an A play. Up bracket and out apartments, the double jungle setup from the CTs, the bait setup. We will see if it will be a factor. I think Tyloo do quite often go for a bit of jungle pressure.
That's a good smoke.
Definitely. Tyloo often do go jungle side anti-eco though against pistols. They will do it once again.
Don't have anything to flush Rita out here, so we'll have to check that angle.
Bullets are pretty good.
DD will do it. Pro on the balcony, cannot win the Angel. Very close to it though with the CZ. Look at how low some of these Tyloo players are, and but for 1 or 2 more shots to go into those players, SC Absolute could have found a different round there, but...
Slightly different, but not monumentally different.
Well, who knows what could have happened. 13's going to come up though for Tyloo. That's what I know. And slowly but surely, SC Absolute seeing their hopes and dreams of Odense disappearing.
It's not all bad though. You live in Japan. Japan's pretty sweet.
Sure, yeah. Never been, wouldn't know. Maybe one day.
Thought you loved anime, Jordan.
I don't watch anime.
That's what you're telling me, mate.
If anyone watches anime in this room, it's definitely you.
I do.
There you go.
I thought you were an anime savant, Jordan.
No, I'm an anime savant like Panic's an anime savant.
What do you mean?
We both have waifu pillows.
Yep. 100%. Would have expected nothing less. It's going to be a full save out of the CTs. Laz might be able to buy an AWP with very little utility, and he'll be struggling even for the armor.
What?
Well, next round.
Standing on the well?
Yeah, why not?
Bentet's charging his way up into the B site. He actually gets past there somehow.
Only Bentet.
Even under pressure from a player shooting him in the back. A site's completely open. Mo. Tyloo's actually going to come back to the B site, which, given the information that they've got, is not a bad choice.
I think it has a little bit to do with the fact that Mo's just not really getting contested whatsoever. Okay, last chance here for SC Absolute. Laz will be able to buy the AWP and little armor and a smoke. The rest of them probably not really going to have the money that they would have desired to be able to run a proper controller banana. And if they do, they'll have to get pretty bad weaponry. We will see if Takej and Bas will be the players they send towards B. But even if they do throw those particular grenades over towards Banana, Tyloo's pretty used to playing against that, and they're pretty well versed in what to do when that kind of a strategy comes down, and what to do when the round breaks down a little bit, and all of those strategies, because they play this map a lot.
Indeed, they do play it a lot, and against good opposition as well. Teams that are a lot stronger than SC Absolute is on this one.
Don't think SC Absolute will really be able to catch a break.
No. What's Laz going to do with the AWP? That's my question. Set himself up on Banana. Utility usage in there from the CT side.
I think he's pretty much just going to be set up to post up on Banana and hold control of that.
Actually, SC Absolute will push off the back of it. They're not going to find any of the Tyloo players, but if Tyloo hit the A bomb site right now, then SC Absolute is most definitely in trouble.
That's for sure. It's looking like that's what they're gearing up to do as well.
Very, very quickly into the A site here. Tyloo recognize how much utility is being expended in Banana and theorize there's a lot of players in the B bomb site. So
shoots him through the bottom of the balcony. That's ridiculous.
That's the kill, but Tyloo haven't secured control of this A site just yet, and they've lost a lot of HP. Bars around the side, only able to get one there with the FAMAS. Bentet trades one back as well. Tarkic goes down. Bomb dropped. Somebody and Bentet have got no HP to play with here. It is going to have to be some crazy, crazy aim out of these guys to survive this round.
Reed is actually very lucky he brought head armor there. Never mind.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. They just outposition SC Absolute, who walk into their crosshairs. And Tyloo say thank you very much for the round. Close one, but not close enough.
Yeah, this is going to be a less than ideal buy from SC Absolute, which is almost definitely going to be the death of them.
Ooh.
They're at T-stairs. That's the info that he got.
Very important info gathered.
They have indeed spawned where they usually spawn. Look at the difference that between Tyloo in this round and the last round. They know that SC doesn't have the weaponry or the utility to contest them in B, so they just straight away take control of B. They force out the counter utility from the CTs, and then they set themselves up to take the round fairly easily, I would imagine. With a pretty decent execute. Smoke, smollies, a couple flashes. They're even just going to go straight through the smoke.
Fast, however, holding a cheeky angle, does get one, unfortunately, with the UMP. A little hard to get a second frag there for him. Molotov will force Laz out of position or kill him. Regardless, it'll be Bentet to get the job done in the end. Tarkic with the scout. He's met with a smoke. Good luck with that. Might have spotted the player on the cross. Execute, however, does spot him out. Gets the shot off before Tarkic can get his trigger down. 2 versus 2, however. Still a winnable round here for SC Absolute, especially if Crow can win that aim battle. Takes a little while for Bentet to calibrate the aim, but in the end, he gets the job done. 16-5 is up for Tyloo, and they will knock SC Absolute out of the China closed qualifiers. First team to depart. They had a tough, tough day today against Tyloo, but in the end, Tyloo do continue on through the bracket, and that is what we want to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're pretty much the favourites to take this one out, so you'd expect nothing less from them. SC Absolute, I mean, disappointing stuff. They definitely could have taken out Mirage, but I mean, considering their position in the Asian scene, they got to be pretty happy with keeping it competitive with Tyloo on one map, and they were never really going to win Inferno anyway, so. No,
definitely not. All in all, not a successful night for SC Absolute, but they can take some... there are some takeaways for them out of tonight. Tyloo, however, by far the better team here on Inferno. It really wasn't even close. And I think that's the kind of result that we would have expected more so from Tyloo in pretty much all of their matches actually so far in this tournament.
That's what you'd expect them to do to Vici.
Exactly, exactly. But it wasn't like that at all. In fact, it was kind of like Vici doing that to them. But that's not the last we're going to see of Tyloo, I'm sure. I believe that they're going to be getting all the way to the finals. Maybe even still winning them. This is a very, very strong side, and you know, despite the fact that they do get knocked down into the lower bracket early on in the piece, you really can't count them out of these qualifiers at all.
Yeah, definitely not. We'll see who they're going to go up against in that lower bracket. Still waiting for one of those games to be played as well.
MVP has some catching up to do.
Yep, definitely.
Find out if it's going to be maybe eHome. Cyberzen's knocked down into the lower bracket there as well.
Yeah.
So one of those are an option. But there's a lot of matches still to play out here.
Yeah, even in the upper bracket, still waiting on some.
Yeah, exactly. So plenty to go, but it's been a good night for Tyloo. It was a good night for Vici, who've now also secured their place in the upper bracket final, which is pretty important. You know, you get the upper bracket final win, you generally go into the actual final with an advantage, be it one map or something else or whatever it may be, even a second series. I think in this case it's a one map advantage, best of 5. But I don't know if that'll be even enough, especially if it's Tyloo to come through from the lower bracket. Like a one map advantage against Tyloo, you know, even if it's MVP, I think that's a tough ask.
Yeah, I mean, even in an even series, you wouldn't expect the MVP to come away with a series against Tyloo. They can sometimes make maps competitive, but who knows? We'll see.
We will see. Lots of practicing to be done for all of these teams, and they're going to be headed right onto ESEA to that. That's where all the top players are, pugging it out, practicing it out. Billy, I'm sure you have had your day in the sunshine on the ESEA servers. I unfortunately have not, because I'm not a very good player. I did play a little bit of ESEA once upon a time, but it was not very enjoyable for most of my teammates.
Fair enough.
I enjoyed it though. But
that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Maybe you enjoyed it more because of the suffering of others.
Maybe. I'll tell you who else has been enjoying things tonight. It is the guys that have picked up wins, and that being Vici and Tyloo. As evidenced here on the bracket, still, of course, waiting for MVP and eHome to be played out. And then, of course, Gosu and the winner of that will decide who will go through to that upper bracket final. But looking at Tyloo, they will be waiting for the loser of Gosu and MVP. Cyberzen also down there in the lower bracket, so plenty of matches still to be played.
If I understand this bracket correctly, the two teams that advance to Asia playoff don't even play each other at the end of this, right? So if MVP comes to here and then Tyloo comes to here, will these two teams have to play each other? Because they might not even. They will?
They will, yeah.
For seeding, right?
No, they will have to. Well, I'm not sure actually how the Asia playoff works. I was under the impression that it was the SCA versus the China winner. Gonna have to get that clarified, but I believe
it looks like with this bracket anyway.
Well, that's right. That's what it looks like.
Maybe Tyloo won't even have to play MVP at some point if they come all the way through the bottom of that upper bracket and just advance over Vici.
Inevitably, they will, because there's only one slot that comes into.
They'll have to play them in the Asia playoff.
So they'll have to play them in the Asia playoff if they both get to the final. If they both advance to the Asia playoff. But I was under the impression that they play off for the one slot in the Asia playoff, which would be against the winner of the SEA region qualifiers, which are yet to begin as well. We'll get that clarified and we'll sort it out on the next stream. But for now, every team just wants to win every single match, particularly those ones in the lower bracket, the likes of Tyloo, the likes of Cyberzen, who have actually looked fairly decent throughout their matches so far. I think both of those teams they've got more to show us.
Yep. No one likes losing in general. Why not just win all your matches until you know, you're the world champion? Yeah,
speaking of world champions, maybe you won't be the world champion after the season finals, but you definitely will be the champion of the ESL Pro League. And where they want to be doing that is at Odense in the season finals for this year. December 7th to 9th is when that's going to be happening. So quite late in the year, actually, to be having an event. But it'll be probably the last event for Counter-Strike of 2018. And I think it would be nice to sort of mark the end of your run, the end of the year, with a victory there at Odense, or even just to be able to qualify for Odense for the likes of Tyloo or SC Absolute. That would be fantastic for those teams, but it's going to be the end of our broadcast for tonight. Pilly, thanks very much for joining me. Thanks everyone for tuning in as well. We'll be back with more China qualifiers later on down the track. Until then, though, have a good one.